In the quiet between storms, there are moments we don't plan for, fleeting, unspoken, and often overlooked. But it's there in that stillness where I've found the truest part of fatherhood. Not in the grand lessons or perfect days, but in the shared laughter, wet boots, and the feeling of time slowing down just long enough to notice what really matters. There's a moment in every father's life when he looks over at his child and realizes they're not a child anymore. It doesn't happen all at once. It comes in glimpses. The way they carry themselves with quiet confidence, how they accomplish tasks without being told, how they tackle a challenge head-on without waiting for help. It's in the way they laugh at their own mistakes, push through frustration, and try again. It's in the patience they show when things don't go their way, the way they shake their head and sigh when the fish aren't biting, but still cast one more time, unwilling to give up. And then suddenly, you realize that the little kid who used to stumble over tree roots, who needed help with every little thing, is standing beside you, not as a boy tagging along, but as a young man coming into his own.
No! 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 Oh, no!
Theo is 13 now, and every time we step into the wilderness, I see less of the small boy I once carried on my shoulders, and more of the person he is becoming. The curiosity is still there, the same wonder that made him stop and inspect every single rock when he was little. But now, there's something else too. A quiet determination, an awareness of his surroundings, a growing understanding that nature doesn't bend to our will. This trip isn't just another weekend in the mountains. It's a chance to step back and take it all in, to watch him navigate the outdoors in his own way, to see him push himself, to witness him learn lessons that I don't need to teach him because the land does it for me. He's learning patience when the fish ignore him, resilience when his line snags on a submerged tree, and self-reliance when he adjusts his approach without needing me to step in. He's learning that some challenges can't be forced, only met with persistence and the right timing. And as I watch him, I realize something else. These moments won't last forever. One day, he'll be grown, with his own paths to follow, his own trails to explore. But for now, he is here, beside me, casting his line into the clear mountain water, chasing the impossible. And for now, that's enough. By the time night fell, the cold had settled in deep, wrapping itself around us like an extra layer we couldn't shake. But the fire was strong, its glow cutting through the dark, the warmth creeping in to stiff fingers and tired bones. And after much anticipation, the salmon was ready, its deep red flesh turning rich and smoky, flaking apart at the touch. And Theo admitted that it was the best smoked salmon he'd ever had. And with that, the world quieted. No more rushing, no more expectations. Just the crackle of the fire and the chorus of the frogs. And out here, that's all you need. Morning brought a welcome change. Gone was the gray sky and the steady drizzle. In its place were blue skies and a hint of spring in the air. The lake, which had spent the past day brooding beneath low-hanging clouds, now shimmered with quiet invitation. Spring had finally decided to make itself known, if only for a while. A thin mist curled over the surface of the lake, and somewhere high in the trees, a sparrow called out, clear and bright, like it was announcing the change in seasons. The morning was still, the kind of stillness that invites you to pause before doing anything at all. And for now, we had this place all to ourselves. Eventually we turned to the morning chores, getting ourselves ready for the day's adventures. And I took the opportunity to teach Theo some basic bushcraft. These small lessons, simple as they seemed, carried weight. Out here, knowing how to start and maintain a fire could mean the difference between comfort and cold, between a warm meal and a long night. He listened carefully, nodding and storing it away. I watched him from the side, giving him guidance as he chopped away at the stubborn branches. And as soon as the lesson was over, Theo wasted no time getting back to fishing. Theo didn't catch anything yesterday, but that didn't dull his determination. If anything, it had sharpened it. With quiet focus, he adjusted his setup, scanning the water for any sign of movement. He wasn't just hoping to catch a fish. He was trying to solve a problem, working through possibilities, like pieces of a puzzle. The depth, the temperature, the way the light hit the surface, every detail mattered. But the lake had its own plans. Despite his best efforts, every trick, every technique, every ounce of experience he had, the trout stayed hidden. Cast after cast, retrieval after retrieval, the water remained silent. It wasn't about just fishing anymore. It was about patience, about persistence, about learning when to push forward and when to step back. He didn't know it yet, but that was the real lesson. Out here, success isn't measured in what you catch. It's measured in what you take away from the experience. The problem solving, the resilience, the understanding that sometimes, no matter how much you prepare, the outcome isn't in your hands. And yet, you keep going. And that's what the wilderness teaches in its own quiet way. These are the lessons that come from simply being here, in a place that doesn't care whether you succeed or fail, only that you keep showing up. This episode is sponsored by Mefold, makers of the collapsible silicone water bottle that has become a staple in my pack. As a dad and someone who spends a lot of time in the backcountry, I've learned that small things like staying hydrated matter more than we think. The Mefold water bottle is lightweight, packable, and built to last, making it perfect for days spent chasing snow with my son or hiking quiet trails with Artemis. If you're looking for a reliable, eco-friendly water bottle that fits into your life as easy as it folds down into your pack, check out Mefold and the link in the description. Thanks again, Mefold, for supporting this channel and for making products that align with the kind of world that we want to leave behind. Now back to the story. In the grand scheme of things, this trip isn't about catching fish. It's not about smoking salmon, building a fire, or setting up camp in the rain. Those were just the details, the things we do to fill time. The true reason why we are here is for something much bigger, something that doesn't come with a perfect cast or a well-built fire. It's about time. Time that slips through your fingers before you even realize it's gone. Time that can't be brought back, no matter how much you wish for it. It's about recognizing that these moments, these quiet, in-between spaces where a father and son exist side by side, are fleeting. One day, Theo won't need me to show him how to smoke a fish or start a fire in the rain. He won't need my advice on how to untangle his line or read the water. One day, he'll be the one leading the way, teaching someone else lessons I've passed down to him. And maybe that's the real joy of fatherhood. Not just passing down knowledge, but watching it take root. Watching your child absorb everything, not just the skills, but the mindset, the patience, the quiet determination that life out here demands. Seeing them stumble, and then get back up on their own. Watching as they slowly, steadily become their own person, forging their own path, taking what you've taught them, and shaping it into something uniquely theirs. Because in the end, it's not about the skills. It's not about how well he casts or how perfectly he seasons a piece of salmon. Those things will fade. Techniques can be learned from books and videos. But the lessons of presence, resilience, and the appreciation of the moment, those are only taught by experience. So if you've got kids, take them outside. It doesn't have to be a grand adventure. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just be there. Spend time with them. Show them how to build a fire, how to listen to the wind, how to sit in silence without needing to fill it with words. Because in the grand scheme of things, they're only little for a moment. And once that moment is gone, you don't get it back. This is fatherhood. Because one day, you'll look back and realize that the most important moments weren't the big ones. They were the quiet ones. And this is what truly matters.